Everybody, I'm back and today we're going to be doing a really cool kind of dewy look, just kind of like, well, it's not summer just yet, but kind of like a summer look, just to kind of, I guess, bring up my hopes about summer. So today we're going to start with our MAC Fix Gold. We're just going to spray it all over the face just to kind of prep the face. And I actually added a lot of gold in this when I bought it. So I might get lots of speckles of gold as well, which is totally fine with me. And recently I just bought the Fenty Beauty, I guess this is like Body Lava, and this one's called Who Needs Clothes. I'm actually really excited to use it. I used it recently and I was in love with it. And I didn't realize how big of a bottle that this was in, so I was like, okay, I really have to get it. Unfortunately, I'm not too like comfortable with putting it all over my body and stuff like that. So I actually kind of wanted to try this all over my face. Last time I experimented with it, it was actually really good. I was in love with it. So we're gonna do it again today. So it's just gonna kind of comes out and it's like really shiny. I'm in love with that. And then I'm just gonna kind of rub it all over the face. Give my face like a nice shine. Amazing, amazing. And it smells really nice too. It's a nice smell. So now that I have just kind of put that all over my face, we're gonna start by just kind of like putting some highlight on my skin and everything before we jump into our foundation. So for the highlight, I'm obviously going to be using my Farsali. This is in Glazed, my little balm. Okay, or this cannot work. And I'm just going to stick this on all of my high points just to kind of give a nice highlighted look to my face, kind of dewy, kind of not sweaty, but you know, I've been in the sun for a little bit, you know, give off that color. You know, a nice shine to the face. And then just go down the nose and chin. And just above the eyebrows. Beautiful. So now that we've kind of highlighted the entire face, we're just going to go in and, well, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is color 100 in Pro Filtr. So we're only gonna use a bit, so I'm just gonna use 2 pumps and then I'm going to shear it down with my MAC Fix Plus and just kind of throw this on the face. So we're not gonna use quite a lot, just kind of enough to kind of hide all that discoloration in my skin. And make sure to do this like really well. Make sure to really blend this well because you want it to look like skin. Nice, fabulous skin. Make sure to get up onto the forehead and under the eye. Right, now that we have kind of our foundation base, I'm just going to use some concealer. So we're gonna go in with our Kat Von D concealer, Lock-It, and this is Neutral L1. And we're just gonna use a little bit, just because I got really ugly bags today. So we're just gonna use a little bit today. and just go all the way in there. Yes. When recently I've started applying for some jobs, because you know, I don't want to be broke all the time. And you know what? It's a hit and miss process. So far, I haven't had a lot of people call back, which is really unfortunate. But you know what? I think it also really depends on how long you've, been in the makeup field and things like that. So I'm not too upset about it. Because, whenever it's my time, then it'll be my time, right? So I'm not too worried about it. But I just kind of wanted to share you guys on that update. Ever since I was finishing my special effects program, I started applying to jobs like during break times and things like that. And so far, nobody has really come back to me, which is okay. It takes time and energy and, perfecting your resume, things like that, which is totally cool. But that's how my life is going at the moment, looking for a job, having a good time, trying to feel out my dreams and everything. So now that we've gotten our concealer all finished with, now I'm just going to jump right in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. I love how versatile this palette is. It's my favorite thing ever. And I'm just going to use my fingers to just give myself a little bit of a contour. So just something kind of like that. Nothing like too crazy, but kind of visible to show that it's makeup. Just because that's how I am. Oh, and hello, creases. I'm going to have to set that. Hello. I see you. Yes. Well, I'll have to fix that. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I've also been planning on taking a nail course just to kind of broaden my area of, what I do in terms of like cosmetology. So that's also interesting. I'm actually really excited to learn nails. I've never been a person that's been like, I don't really like nails that much, but you know what? It's so good for your business. It's so good to learn. And it's also good for yourself because as a makeup artist, you need to be very groomed yourself in order to attract clients. So I think that it's a really good idea to really get into that. I also planned on taking like some facial courses and things like that, just so I can, give myself a little bit more diversity in terms of expertise. So that's also really exciting. I'm really happy to start doing it soon. But of course, I'll continue to post videos when I can because it's my favorite part of the day. And also just make sure, well, blend that neck, blend her. Okay, got it. Okay, awesome. And then I'm just gonna go in with my highlight and I only put a little bit of highlight, so let's just slightly just poke it on. Just poke my highlight on. So I don't need a lot of it. And just blend it to perfection. Put a bit more on my chin. Awesome. All right. So now that we've gotten our contour kind of finished, I'm just gonna go in with my brush just because it's really irritating me now. And I'm just going to pat down underneath my eye because it's really irritating now. Really doesn't want to perfect. So today I'm going to be taking my Naked palette from Urban Decay, the original one, and just going to kind of wash over my eye in the color Virgin, just to kind of set my eyelid because I'm seeing a lot of creasing from all the product that I put on earlier. So we're just going to set the eye before we do anything, just so we don't have any weird kind of eye coloring and things like that. Make sure to set it real nice and with a good color. There we go. So far so good. So I've set my eyes, and then we're just going to go in with, I'm gonna think more of like a warmish tone of a color, just because of how my skin is. So I'm actually gonna go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in Cappuccino, just to kind of define my eyelid, and give it that kind of, just like a slight definition, nothing like too insane, and we're not going to be using a lot of color. So I'm actually just going to do a little bit of definition on my eyelid and kind of bring it out. So, sorry, in the crease, and just kind of define that crease a little bit. As you see, it's really thick right now, but don't worry about that. And then bring it outwards. I like bringing my eye makeup outwards if I'm defining something, just to kind of give it more of like, not an exotic look, but something kind of, you know, different and kind of, you know, soft and looks like makeup, but, you know, it looks like makeup but doesn't look like makeup kind of look. So I kind of want to define that crease just a little bit and then bring it out. Just so I have that kind of, I don't know, like a new eye shape look. So it kind of gives me that diversity in my eyelid. Yes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with my color Virgin again and just kind of go onto it to make it look less prominent. Yeah, give it a really nice different shape. And then I'm just gonna go in on my other lid. This one's taking the color a lot better. And then kind of wing out that color. Let's see if it's on the same area. Here, here. Wing out that area, bring it up a bit. And then there you go, there's the other kind of crease. So then we're just gonna go back in again and just lighten that crease a little bit, just so it doesn't look prominent, as I said before. Give it just kind of a slight, you know, all right, so I think that I got it. Really light kind of transparent, not transparent, but, you know, visible but not too visible in the eye, just to give it that kind of color. This is the only color that we're actually going to be using in terms of like darkness onto the lid, just because it's not going to be necessarily corrective makeup, but it'll be a little bit more than corrective. Now that we've gotten that kind of like new eye shape kind of look, we're gonna actually go back into our highlights, and I'm going to use my Farsali again, and I'm just going to pat it onto my eyelid and just kind of poke at it a little. I'm not going to create it all the way out, just like slightly, just so it doesn't give like a real makeup look. Just to kind of, just like a slight outwards, not a lot. And then I'm going to take my MAC highlighter in Soft and Gentle, just use my finger and just poke it. Just poke, 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 poke onto the lid. And a little bit off of the lid, so around here. And then there's just kind of where the eye is in terms of color and, you know, gives it a slight focal point. So I'm gonna do the other side now. Just gonna poke around, poke the eye, and then we're gonna go out just slightly. And then we're gonna poke the eye again, but we're gonna poke it with our MAC Soft and Gentle. Alrighty. Yes. Perfect. So now that we've gotten kind of like the eye just about finished, this is looking really good. I'm really liking the kind of just the two color combination. I think that it really brought out just slightly, like, you know, my eyes, the definition of them, things like that. Something kind of like really not like neutral and not something that's gonna actually bring out my eye color, but something more along the lines of bringing my eye shape out. So now that we've kind of gotten our shape of the eye, I'm actually gonna just go back in, and we're going to be using from the Naked palette Buck, and we're just going to use a little bit of it and just to kind of darken around there. It won't be as noticeable as soon as we put on mascara, but just to kind of give it a little bit of definition around the end of the eye, instead of having it continue, we're just going to kind of stop it right by the end of your eyelid. Just a slight stop, nothing like too insane and not visible as much, but visible enough. So now that we've kind of gotten that part done, I'm actually going to go straight in and going to curl my lashes. So for this, we're just going to take our lash curler and just curl them upwards. I like to curl them as much as I can, just because I want to bring out like my, you know, my eyes, and I really want to bring out that kind of look. So I've kind of gotten quite a bit curled. We're just going to curl the other side. Really going to get in there. That one really curled well, and I'm just going to now squeeze it a little more. There we go. Squeeze this one a bit more. Okay, perfect. Ooh, itch, 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 itch. So now that we've kind of curled them, I'm just going to go in with my mascara. This is my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I think this is probably the best mascara I've used, just because I'm not such a huge fan of mascara. but it's just been one that I've been sticking with forever, and I don't think I've really changed a lot of my mascara just because my lashes are usually my focal point. So we're just gonna take our mascara here and we're not gonna put a crazy amount on. We just wanna try and lengthen them. Because today we're not gonna be using any lashes. We're just trying to lengthen our real lash here. So I already had tight lined my eyes before I started the video because it takes a little bit for me to tight line. So what I did before is I actually tight lined. So I put eyeliner underneath my waterline up top, and now I'm just kind of going in and putting in a little bit of length to my mascara, to my lashes on the top. So I'm going to do the same for this side. And I see that my tight line has actually decided to come over to my waterline at the bottom, which is very irritating, but you know what? Things happen. So just kind of giving it the length. We're not really focusing too much on bunching it up or anything. We're just focusing on making it look long, right? Just kind of lengthening it, giving it that kind of faux length, but you know, it's real. So we're just gonna go in again, give it a little bit more length. And before we start on the bottom lashes, I'm actually just gonna go in again and just poke around because of my tight line. It kind of decided to go in my waterline for some reason. So I'm actually just gonna poke at it a little and just hide it. Make it go away. And then I'm just gonna go back in with my mascara and put it on my bottom. So for my bottom, I just want to put a little bit. I don't want to make it extremely prominent, but I want it to look like mascara. So far so good. I think I got most of it. I'm gonna grab at this. So I think that we got most of the mascara on, which is awesome. I really like this. And then we're actually going to just dive in and put a little bit of highlight right here. We're going to use the same highlights that we did before. So we're going to take our Farsali and just put it right in that little nook right there. Perfect. And then I'm going to use my MAC highlighter again and boop it right in there. Really kind of get in there. And you don't want it to look like a big dot, so you're just kind of gonna slightly blend it give it a little bit of a blend. And then same for this eye. Oopsie. And then go back in with our MAC and top it. Perfect. So before we actually start on the eyebrows, we're going to go and do our highlight. Just because of the way that this makeup goes, we're actually going to do the highlight and then we're going to do the bronzer as well. So once again, I'm actually going to go back to my MAC Prep and Prime and just kind of poke it on the face instead of kind of spraying it, because of the way that I've put some of the stuff in it. I think it's best that I kind of poke it around instead. So we're just kind of giving a nice dewy look. I don't know why I just tried to do that. So a nice dewy look. And then we're actually going to go into our Fenty Beauty. This Fenty Beauty Body Lava. And I'm actually just going to take a little bit. And we're going to put it on our high points like we did before. It's a really nice like texture. I really like this stuff. Not necessarily a good texture for the face, but I would do it anyways just because of how nice the product smells and how it goes on. It's a little bit more heavier than I thought it was going to be, but either way, I'm obsessed with it. I can't get over how nice it is. Now I'm just going to go into my Farsali highlighter again, and we're just going to put it on our high points just like we did with the Body Lava. And perfect. And then from that, we're going to use our MAC highlighter, and boom, the highlight is here. So we've gotten that part of the highlight done. We're gonna go and do the rest of our high points. So here's one high point. We're gonna take our MAC again and get right in there. Perfect. And the same thing goes for the nose. Just kind of lightly dot your nose and then lightly dot it with powder. And same thing for here, and same thing for the chin. I'm not gonna put too much on the chin. And then I'm just gonna dot that a little bit with foundation. And then just for the final part of it, we're just gonna go on our upper brow. Just highlight all the way up there. Instead of doing the forehead, we're just gonna do the upper part of the brow and just kind of poke at it with your MAC. All right. So far so good. I think what we're gonna do is now we're gonna just jump into the brows before we do the bronzer. So for the brows, I actually started using a new color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I stopped using taupe just for a little bit, and I kind of use it now for just kind of more intense looks. I started using blonde. It's actually not too much of a difference from the taupe one, but it's got like a bit of a lighter, it's got a lighter look, and it's visible that it's a lighter look, but it's more natural in the sense. So let me see if I can find my spoolie here. I had it. Aha! I got my finger in the contour. So there's a hair. Hello. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows, and I'm also just gonna fix my highlighter here. I'm gonna brush my eyebrows, make sure that they're very kind of just in one way, kind of pushed one way. I just need to look at myself for a minute. Hello. Hello. All right. So they're brushed in one way, and then I'm just gonna take my dip brow, and I'm gonna start at the peak of my brow and just go all the way down. Make sure that all of the eyebrow follows. I really like to lengthen my eyebrows just because I'm an extra person and I like to lengthen them all the time, no matter what. So we're lengthening her, making her look good, making her look presentable. I need to do my eyebrows soon. And then we're just going to go from the bottom part first and then work our way up, but we're going to use less and less product. We're going to do our Instagram brow. So less and less product all the way up here, and then I poke it and make sure that it's more lighter. Yes. And that kind of leaves it with that little light area here. So I think that I've really defined this one. This one was actually like less salty with me today. So let's see if this one will be the same. So we're going to start again at our peak. This one's a little bit more different, but we know what, we're gonna work with her. You know, she's special. She's special in her own way. So we're gonna work with her. And so I think that so far we've really lengthened it to a really good spot, which is awesome. And then we're just gonna go in again and just darken up here. I think I did too much, but that's okay. And we're just going to now go from the bottom again. And then we're gonna lighten up on our product. All the way to here. So I think that was actually really good. Better than I actually expected it to be. Oh, she's a little bit different down here though. Come on. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then just because of how I am, I'm just going to bring them in a little closer. Just slightly. Okay, good enough. I like my eyebrows. I like them. They're actually really nice. I didn't think they were gonna turn out this nice, so that's awesome. So now that I finished my eyebrows, I'm just gonna take my spoolie and just go through them a little bit, just to kind of break up just a little bit of that product to make it a little smoother and lighter. All right. And then we're gonna go straight in with our bronzer. So for our bronzer, I'm actually gonna be taking my little contour brush. Actually, you know what? We're actually gonna take our bronzer brush. Bronzer brush. And we're just gonna go right into our Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This is in Cappuccino. And we're just going to do a slight bronze. Nothing too insane. We're actually going to follow a lot of our contour. Even though that's not what bronzer is used for. I hope all of you know that. And if you don't, please take it from me. Bronzer is not for contouring. You can use it for contouring. It's not like a rule. But lots of people are very unaware about what bronzer is actually used for. And I just wanted to share from my own education. Bronzer is used for your entire face. It's actually used for your high points. So it is used for your nose. So it's used for up top of the nose like this. It's used for up here on the apples of the cheeks. It's used for your chin. It's used for your forehead. It's kind of used to darken your entire, kind of, not darken, but kind of give your face a little bit more of a, well, bronzed look. Um, like you were kind of out in the sun, kind of got a tan. That's what bronzer is used for. Um, and I wanted to just share that with you all because I was actually very unaware about that until just recently. So we're just going to kind of blend it real nicely. Give it a nice blend. Beautiful, beautiful. I absolutely love it, and my eyebrow decided to go in a different way. So did she. We're just gonna fix her a little bit. There we go. She decided that she wanted to go for a run, and that's okay. So I think that we've gotten most of this done. The next thing that we're going to be doing, and I think it's going to be the last thing, is we're gonna be doing our lips. So for my lips, I just kind of want to give a little bit of a tinge back. We're not trying to make them look really bold. We're not trying to make them look Instagrammy. We're not trying to make them look too crazy. So we're actually just going to go in, and we're actually going to go in with a highlighter first. So the first thing we're going to go in with is our Farsali again. And just kind of poke away at the lips. And then I'm going to take I'm going to be taking my new MAC lipstick. I actually really love this. This is their new spring collection. It's just limited edition. It's so cute. It's cherry blossoms. Also the setting spray, I tried it in stores. It's so adorable. It smells so nice. I love it, but I'm broke. So I actually just ended up getting the lipstick, and this one's called Hey Kiss Me. It is so cute, it's so pink, and I really recommend this to you guys that are really like trying to get into the spring kind of looks. So I'm just going to be using this and just kind of dotting it and wiping away, just to kind of give your lips just a color. Just a little color, nothing crazy, just something very like not visible, but you want your lips to look kind of like they're alive and not full of foundation. So now that we've kind of finished that, I believe this will be the end of the video. I would have also done my décolleté area in terms of the highlight, and I love when my hair is like this. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. All right, well, unfortunately, I don't have the shirt right now for it, and I would have had to take a little bit more time out of it. But I will be able to do a décolleté type of tutorial for highlights and everything a little bit more during the summer, because I think it would be a little bit more relevant for you guys. So I hope that you guys really like this video. I hope that you share, subscribe, like, do what you want. And I also hope that you guys are enjoying my channel. These are my newest videos up here. I've got my most popular and also my bio, kind of what I'm about, who I am, things like that. And that is my first video up top. And then here's my subscribe button down here. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, thank you.